I'm Allison Goodwin, Director of Programs from the Redwood Empire Food Bank. And the Redwood Empire Food Bank provides food assistance to anybody in need of groceries. So we offer fresh produce and staple food items, dairy products, and protein to anybody that is in need of help. So they can come to several food distributions throughout the month. Historically, we've prided ourselves on not asking for more information than we needed to from clients. So we didn't want any barriers to access, and we wanted them to know that they could come and get groceries as often as they needed, but without asking them too much information about their family or about their household. What we learned from that is we didn't know enough about them. So when we had an opportunity for a really cool donated item, we didn't necessarily know where to bring it because we didn't know enough about our clients to determine the best location. So therein lies W5 and why we started our current program. What is W5? It's the who, what, where, when, why of the people that we serve. So the idea is that if we have better information about our clients, then we can actually serve them better. So understanding who they are, how far they're traveling to get to us, how often are they coming, and what services might they need that's unique to their family size. If they have children that are otherwise in school or would need summer lunch meals during the summer, or are they a senior and they really only need, senior basket and maybe some extra produce throughout the month. How somebody comes to understand and enroll with us is basically they could do that over our website and complete that application online themselves. They could always call our Food Connections office and do that over the phone, or they can come here to a food distribution. What we ask them for is their name and their address, their telephone number, their date of birth, and their family size. So the benefit, again, of understanding their date of birth is what programs are they eligible for. If they're over 60, they can enroll in Senior Basket. And again, sharing a little bit about their children's ages allows us to understand, is it a preschool program that they need? Is it school pantry that they need? Is it summer lunch? So as you can see behind me, we're getting set up this morning for a food distribution. We have volunteers preparing everything, and pretty soon cars will arrive and get started being helped through W5 and through the food distribution. Miguel is one of our program coordinators, so he will actually begin that process using a tablet and a scanner and welcoming participants. So once we welcome them and collect their information, we actually give them a W5 card. So it's similar to a grocery store club card that then they can use that at any of our food distributions. So the first time is the only time that they provide that information, and then subsequently they can go as often as they need to, and we just scan their card. By the end of the month or the year, we can then see, how often are they coming? Do they know that we have distributions maybe closer to home? And we can reach out to them and maybe determine that this is the best location that works for the rest of their schedule or their family, or they might learn, where else they can offer, they can access food assistance.
My name is Kayla Winter, and we are at Resurrection Church in Santa Rosa off of Stony Point. Right now we're checking in all of the folks who are coming in to get food and diapers today. So the process is if they're already signed up, they have one of these cards on a little keychain, and we just scan them in. Their information comes up. We know whether or not they need diapers, if they're a diabetes patient, if they have any dependents, and then we can sign them up for whatever we're offering that day that we can give them, and then we move on to the next car. It's super fast and easy. I mean, people they know to put it up, especially during COVID. The scanner works through the car window, so they don't even have to roll down their window if they don't feel comfortable doing that. It makes things just go really rapidly, which I know is important at this site because this is one of our busiest sites. So people sit in their cars for sometimes 45 minutes to get food. So getting it as fast as possible is really helpful.
When we determined that W5 was the program that we were going to adopt and implement, we knew that there could be some concern from the community about what were we going to do with their information, why were we suddenly asking. So we really took that to heart. We did outreach for several months, close to 3 months, to all of our participants to let them know that W5 was coming, what the program was, what we were doing with the information, and how it was going to allow us to serve them better. So we had information on our website. We talked about it at food distributions. We had brochures that we offered up to people. So really by the time we started, people were saying, oh, finally, I've been hearing about this for months. So that was sort of a fun way to say, oh, do I get my card now? Because they had heard about that program for quite a while. Redwood Empire Food Bank keeps all of the client data within the Redwood Empire Food Bank. There's no reason for us to share that information with any outside agency or entity. The most that we do with that information is collect it in summary. So maybe for a grant opportunity or for funders to explain who we're serving, how we're serving them. So it's really overarching statistics. It's never about any one individual family.
I think they really like the program. I mean, in terms of giving us consent and giving us the necessary information, they appreciate this process, and especially knowing that we're not going to be giving the information out to anybody. It's only for our use. When someone would be hesitant, they're already putting their pride aside to ask for help, and then for us to ask them personal questions, they're like, well, it's for this program, and I know this information is not going to be given off anywhere, so they're very happy with the program, and they're more than willing to give us any information we need. They give us a name for their account, a date of birth to see if they meet the requirements for the senior program or diabetic program, and then I usually ask them, we would appreciate an address so that we have an idea of how far people are traveling for our services, and then a phone number in case we need to send reminders, because people, especially our seniors, really like getting those reminders like, hey, we have a program every Tuesday, come through.
Well, they gave me a form to fill out with my first name, last name, and address. And then, because I was informed that as soon as we fill out the forms, they would give us a card they can scan to get food.
So our goal with W5 is to make this program accessible to everyone picking up groceries throughout our entire region. So our next step is really to hope to engage our partner network. And what that looks like is they would have the same tablets if they needed it, or they could use any computer that they already have access to. Welcoming participants, asking the same basic information about their family, and then offering them a W5 card. So the same clients could go register one time and then access not only Redwood Empire Food Bank direct distributions, but also our entire partner network. And so what that looks like for partners would be really cool. They could actually at the end of each month see who they're serving and how often they're serving them, and if they need to offer distributions more frequently or in different areas, so they could see the gaps in services. They could see how often families are attending not only their own food distributions, but perhaps a partner in the same neighborhood or Redwood Empire Food Bank. So really the goal of that is to have a complete scope and understanding of food insecurity in our region, so we can all really improve what we're doing, how we're doing it, who we're serving, how often, and really that's what we're here for, is to end hunger in our community.